Sup, bitch? So I'm going to turn the camera back to the computer screen so you can see the drawing. Give me a moment. Alright, so, sup, bitch, I'm back. Today we are going to, what am I saying? Today I'm going to show you this new villain that I designed. And this guy's name is wait, what is it? What was his name again? Steve. Wait, hold on. I need to look. Aha, Steve Carola. Right, I almost forgot. Full screen again. There we go. Okay, so this guy's name is Steve Carola, and this guy is a Celestials villain that I designed. But he doesn't really have a specific element, but if he did, it would probably be tech. So basically, we're going to start off with analyzing the design. So first of all, you can tell this guy looks pretty normal, but he is dressed very fancy. He has some fancy shoes. Then here he has like dark blue pants, and you probably can tell, but those little silver accents on the ankles are actually like decorations on the pants that are like made of silver in the form of in the shape of like how do you say it, like wings, kind of. Then he has like a cool white. I actually don't know what you call this in English, but like a cool white over. Yeah, I don't know what you call them, but you know what I mean. And he has like a tank top underneath with like some texture on it. Then here he has some scars, which I'll explain later. He has a fancy watch, a fancy necklace, and then here he has a little scar on his face as well, and he has a nice slit back haircut. It's kind of like an undercut or whatever you want to call it. But you can tell this guy's dressed pretty fancy. So, for this guy's backstory. Wait, first of all, though, go to the link in the description of this video to support me on Patreon. And so now for this guy's backstory. Basically, this is how to say it. I'm going to show you another character in another video that's responsible for a lot of the technology and weapons in Celestials. But that's for the heroes. This guy is mostly responsible for the technology for the villains, who live more underground and more in secret, so they can't be found. So this guy has to work a lot more with limited stuff and in secrecy. So this Steve Carola guy, like I said, he's basically the technology guy for the criminals, aka the villains, and how do you say it? He basically gets these scars from how do you say it? Working on equipment. So you could imagine maybe he's like working on some kind of special car with like jet engines or something. But then he was under it and the thing fell on his arm or something. It could be something like that. The reason why he got the scars. And so he was paid very well for his work, and he had a passion for it. So you can tell he's dressed very fancy, and he just kind of looks like a normal human. He doesn't really have that many special like powers or something. But wait, I need to think for a moment. But this guy got the criminals to have a lot of the tech. And so basically, if you would think about Celestials as like a TV show, like I mentioned in the first video about this guy would come up in like season 2. So in season 2, you would basically, if you divided the show in seasons, but this is something I have to imagine for yourself. You don't really like know all the backstory yet. But basically in season 2 there would be kind of like an invasion of sort of aliens, kind of like the ones in A Quiet Place. It's a little bit similar like that. And basically this guy would be like a side antagonist that would be there along with the monsters to annoy the heroes on their mission to save everyone and stuff. And so the Steve Carola guy would now get hired to basically be a professional hater and sabotage Inferno's missions and basically mock him. And he would also find a passion in doing this, so this would kind of become his new role for a while. So the Steve Carola guy, he would basically become the number one hater for a bit. And the way he would do this is he wouldn't be like the usual villains and just start battling Inferno 101 in combat. But he would kind of, how do you say it? Imagine like you're in class and there's that one douchebag in your classroom that always like annoys you or something or mocks you, but he doesn't actually like beat you up or something. It's kind of like that. So this guy gets hired to do that. So pretty funny when you think about it. So the Steve Carola guy, during Inferno's missions, every now and then he would show up, he would mock them, he would make fun of them, and he would sabotage their missions and stuff, and he would make sure that things would go wrong, and he would be there to basically piss them off. And Inferno and his, how do you say it, his friends, his hero friends who would be there as well, wouldn't really be able to do something against him at the moment, because usually they would just attack him and kill him. But he would use a very, how do you say it, expensive force field, because basically to not make things too overpowered. Usually things like a force field would have a lot of limited time to use it, because it's very exhausting for energy and stuff. And electricity, but this guy would basically use a very expensive force field that he could use for a long time. And so Inferno and his teammates would not really be able to do something about him, so he would just be able to annoy them for like most of the season. And then at the end, Inferno would probably, together with, because one of his friends would also be good with tech, which I'll show in another video, him and that tech friend would probably find a workaround to the force field, and then they would finally get to him, and Inferno would probably like grab him like by the waist and just rip him into two pieces. So for the time he would have on screen, he would be pretty interesting, but he wouldn't be like a main villain, because in season 2, like I said, there would be the alien monsters invading the place, and this guy would just be here to annoy them. So, practically, when he would appear on screen, if you could imagine this like as a TV show, I can't give a real like specific example right now, but like I said, he would just be there to mock them, he would be there to sabotage them, and make sure things would go wrong and be annoying and stuff. And he would just pick on them a lot, and they wouldn't really be able to do much about him. So I think this guy could be a pretty interesting switch up from the other villains, because for the other main villains I'm about to show in some future videos, you'll see that they are more like really angry and they'll just battle them 1-to-1 combat. But this guy is kind of more like the the guy with the 1000 TikTok aura that comes in with his Lambo and just starts hating on everyone. So I think it'd be pretty interesting for a bit of a switch up. And yeah, it's kind of interesting to see a villain that just looks pretty normal, when the other main villains would be more like demon monsters or vampires or whatever, which you'll see in the future. So yeah, I thought this would be a fun idea to make a bit of a different villain. Okay, I don't really have anything else to say, I'm pretty sure. So I am going to turn the camera back to me. Okay, you should be able to see me now. Okay, so I hope you liked the video, like and subscribe or whatever, and see you in the next one. Bye, bitch.